Silence mean consent. 19 going 20 years of silence about I work on responsibility as the divine author of the new 21st century information technology industry, setting a pathway for a new and better future. There's nothing about that in the local or foreign press. Everyone in silence, looking something to pirate, change up and confuse. The same 2000 years ago when the Christ came in. Same action, same hate and confusion and wars, resulting his whole identity was changed for 2000 years. For the last 2000 years we have a white identity of the first birth, saying that is how Jesus looked. But this is how it works on the hell line. Everything have to be opposite of that reality. It's not man set it, the Almighty set it, everything. So the fact that the Christ came in and was murdered and his story, his reality changed to a story to facilitate Roman domination for 2000 years. So today we are at the end of this 2000 years. So those who are trying to perpetuate the same upside down story are wasting time. Since they will behave the same way, but will not win the fight. As you have been told that David will slew Goliath. Still, David will beat Goliath again and again and again. Meaning that when time for the old wild Goliath system of things to change, human being cannot hold it up. Same behavior to His Majesty when he came in, manifesting the Selassie spirit, closing the old wild timeline. They all start to jump down on him, resulting in World War I and World War II. Same approach. As soon as I started to hand out divine information from the sea, politicians are going to take it away and kill I as per usual. Some claim, especially the religious mad ones, claim that it was devil spirit, devil ideas. Now they are the same one using new technology for health. Just as the same as they were cursing the ganja and locking up people over it. They are the same one now taking over the business and want to run away all those that have stand up to ensure that the plant become what it is all about. The best medicinal plants, etc. Notice they are all silent about their work over the last 19 years. As the one who is defining things around here, resulting in the new information technology industry. It's our why AIDS is a treatable symptoms at this time, or else it will kill out all of you long time. But you have no respect You are not humble. You want to behave like you knows it all. Especially those that go to the university. From they go up to that place, they know everything. That is why they keep announcing and fooling up the Jamaican people how the university is great and God bless the university. What is God blessing the university about? What have they been doing in this country more than so? How many lawyers and doctors and computer engineers and etc. They are training annually. Nurse and doctors and teachers, etc. What are they teaching them up there? History and natural science and how to thief and tell lies and rob away other people's things. Because those that came out of that institution, that whole UK control institution, one-sided university, behave like they know all. From they go there, they know all. Everybody else look like idiots. That's how they behave. And that is why this country is what it is. It's a lot of sellout. The reason why they are selling out so much, is because of they are going to sell out all of assets. You notice nothing can be done inside here without you hear that there's somebody else coming in here to do it. Even when it's money spending, you hear that people coming inside here. What did I hear in all these phone companies, etc. around here? I don't hear the news saying anything about it. I've been writing to them for many years. All the media houses in conspiracy with the government and religious system. I've been writing to the religious system from the start. But everybody busy worshipping and telling lies and creating confusion and division and scamming away the wealth of others. Our Jamaican educational system. We want to move all the junks out of our educational system, such as Bible stories. The Bible no longer relevant in this time. It have already accomplished its 6,000 year purpose. And is no longer relevant to the new generation. All dinosaur stories from the US. Fictions. We do not want to have our children learning, filling up their heads with all those garbage. Research science that is basically unproved. Fiction again. People personal autobiography. We do not want those in our schools, since those are not education. What we need in the school as education are math, science, and all these subjects that will help them to advance their academical levels. We do not want people's stories in the ears of our children, filling up their heads with all kind of garbage that have no relevance. All past historical stories about America and their wild past. We do not want to hear those in our schools. Those are not education. Those are all wild, fictitious stories coming out of white supremacy. We do not want to hear anything about Israel and their Semitic existence. And they are special because they are white supremacy. We don't want to hear anything about white supremacy around here. Nothing is supreme around here but the Almighty. Any human being consider themselves supreme are evil and wild. We do not want to hear that in our children's ears at this time as we move into a new world order. We do not want to be teaching our children about old past slave story, old slave stories, and white people wildness over the last 2,000 years. Likewise, we need to remove all that religious teaching, those religious teachings out of our educational system, school system. That those are all fictions, along with the Bible. No longer relevant. I fulfill the Bible, and the Bible is no longer relevant at this time. I write things defining a new future for humanity and a new world order. That is what is relevant. So you get onto the social sites as I stick up and stream my work and go educate yourself. That is where you'll get your education from. Not in Bible and from external powers. People who only know about guns and bombs. We're not talking guns and bombs here. We're talking science and universal reality. The existence of humanity from creation up to now and where we are going. That is what we are talking about. We're not assuming and guessing anything around here. We're talking maths and science, not fiction and illusions. Those who are saying that Jamaica is ready for external investors are fooling themselves. Jamaica will be operating as a kingdom, and the kingdom will own all the assets of Jamaica. Jamaica is not big enough for the whole world to come here and owns it. When we are the wisdom center, Jamaica will be operating as a kingdom under I direction. I'll set all the perimeters and foundation for such reality. And the gates of hell will not prevail against this reality. So those who are planning to come here and sprawl out and rob away our things can keep out. For I'll drive around and run them all out of Jamaica with fire. They need to know that. US dignitary coming here. What are they coming here for? They're coming here to tell the Prime Minister what to do? Or we are not having enough terrorism in Jamaica why they want to come here? Or they're coming here to promote more scamming and terrorism so that they can come here and brutalize our people like they are doing all over Afghan, Pakistan, Iraq, and the rest, Middle East and the rest of Africa. That is the only thing that they have to offer, you know. Crime and violence and wars. Look how long they have been in control of the world. 2,000 years. Basically. And even in the USA in recent time, since they took over from England, they have been all over. What have they done? Than handing out guns, bombs, AIDS, and all kind of diseases. That's all they have done so far, you know. And the whole world in turmoil and poverty and diseases and all kind of madness. Undereducated. Everyone suffering. The all manner of germs. Brought in by tourists and etc. They have not done anything around here. Now that the Chinese are trying to do some development, economic development, they are fighting it down. Because they are supreme, and the way they stand supreme is to fight down and keep down other nations and laugh after them. You know, that is how they get their delight, by talking about the poverty and depravity of other nations and laugh. Wildness. Absolute wildness. The next so-called occupation that we do not want to hear in our school being taught here being taught in our school is philosophizing, the method of assuming all manner of wildness and write about it like it's true. We do not want to hear that. These people no longer relevant around here. We don't have to assume or guess about anything. There's a law here that defines all things. And what all need to do is to go study and know the laws, the rules of the laws, etc. So that they don't stay here and tell our future generation all kind of wildness and stupidity and call it God and all kind of madness. As you can see, obviously there's a conspiracy about the recent bombing of Iran and the USA. Since at the beginning there was no harm, everything was fine. Suddenly now you hear that 11 people get hurt. These people are criminals and liars and fools. That is why I don't believe that they killed Ben Laden, Ben Laden, or Laden, whatever you want. Because that's their friends. They're supporting him in the war against Iran down there and all other wars. And suddenly they're going to tell you that, oh, we kill Ben. They kill their bosom friend. Same way in Libya, Gaddafi. Those people were getting on quite okay until the Western world killed that so-called Gaddafi. Turmoil follows. So they know how to come to your place and know who to take down and create turmoil in your place. But we do not want them around in Jamaica, you know. By now they should have known that. After so much writings to them, and so they should have known what they can get from us, from I, in Jamaica. And after I went by the US Embassy and they look like they want to rank with I, the universal lawgiver, Son of the Almighty, and God. They want to come back here and grumble, and let I have to go back up there. Trust me, that building would have to turn fire instantly before I. That is what I have to tell you around here. You're behaving like a fucking ass all over. But you're praying, and who are you praying to? Everything falling down around you, fuck. And you are there praying. What you need to do is follow our instructions. You're not following our instructions. After 19 years of scientific instructions, you're here dilly-dallying and behaving like a fucking ass and obeying your masters, your colonial white masters as usual. These people have no respect for local people. Even the media. You notice who the media house is. You notice who they interview all the while? Foreigners. The more they talk about foreigners, the more they feel prestigious. Jamaicans are not prestigious enough for them to talk about. Those fucking slaves. And even Rasta, you know, even listen to the Rasta programs, same thing. When somebody come from foreign, them get excited. But when you are Jamaicans, they have no interest. You're an ass. Because they are a fucking ass, they thought that you are too. Everyone is like them. That is what some of them feel. But we are not all the same. Some of you are just slaves come here from Africa. Some of us are Jamaican, born here from creation in Jamaica, as the center of this world. Black people, origin, Haiti, Ethiopia, and Jamaica. So we don't want no one to come here and tell us who we are to undermine our progress and ability and focus in life. This is a new day. Time to focus. 2020. But your vision must be up and cutting, like the cutting edge now. But some people in dormancy, only talking about the wild past. Africa is under pure gunfire and bombs and this, most of Africa. Yet, we hear some talking about going back to Africa. Where in Africa are you going back to? You have places in Africa. Which government you have aligned with and plan and you have authority to go back into Africa. Some of you think that Africa is a bush all over where you can just run into and capture. Because you're lazy and love to capture people's place. That is not how it works. At this time of the end of an old order, when many changes coming in, we do not want to sign any trade agreements with any countries, especially trade in food. For I don't know what we have to trade, what we have to sell. We continue to sign all kind of trade agreement with this country and that country and etc. Like we have anything to market when production is so low in Jamaica. All you are doing is setting up Jamaica for people to exploit us, dump their dirty foods on us that they have been doing all along. What we need to do is provide our own food organically that our people can be healthy. Since they all look sick around here, I can tell you that. Most of you are so sick around here. I don't know what in there mean. Must be shit they're mixing up in those food that they send out here from foreign, and so you're not testing anything. Is the Bureau of Standard testing every product that comes into Jamaica? Or they're wasting time? I've been writing to them from the beginning, but nothing works in this country. Neither the government. I don't know what works in this country. You're all dormant. You're dead. You're dead around here, I can tell you that. That is why everybody can be running here to take away our things. Chinese getting massive amount of lands all over. What are they doing for us? Paving up our roads, our soil? Or they are getting the land for building the flyover? What is the cost of the flyover in relation to the lands, the whole heap of land that they are giving away, trying to give away? But the Chinese need to know that when I start to move around in Jamaica very soon, those who are here on our land will have to go dead or alive. Those who are sprawling out want to come here and sprawl out on our lands. They'll get out of here while our people who have been here, those who came here as slaves and work for nothing for many years, are still here catching and don't have any land for themselves. And the government continues to run them off here and run them off there, including the Rastafari community, have been traced off their father lands all over. They soon run them in the sea. I have been pushed out of my house, but I came out now because it was not time yet to run all of you away in the sea and with fire. I can tell you that because the message have to be preached first. I have to warn your fuck first. Trust me. That's why that was allowed. So you can stay there behaving like you're a fucking ass. And all those wild old one, don't make I pass by your office after any election around here and see you around our public offices. Yes, you should be resigned from the latest 68 years of age from our public offices. You're there behaving like you own Jamaica, you own the people, you own everything. That's your work. You're employed to do our work until X age. You resign and go away. Are dead. You're hanging on. You all are hanging on and putting in your families, and husband is member is government, wife is government, picking in government. And they are not the brightest one around here. There are brighter people around here that can manage our affairs better than those families that have been there stagnating progress in Jamaica for many years, calling themselves politicians. What are we doing with politicians? Some people seem to believe that if we don't have politicians, we cannot, Jamaica or the world cannot goes on. It's not politician runs the world. It's not politician runs the world. People who guide the world are scientists, mathematicians, and these educators. These politicians are just scammers. They scam to put themselves into power, and then they give other people the work to do, and they just drive around in their big vehicles and so on and so on. So they are just big mouth talkers, most of them. That is why, especially Jamaica, is like that. Foreigners come here and tell them what to do. They run election and get into office and then bring foreigners here to tell them what to do to us. And the foreigners, UK and US and these people love it like that, because they get to control the slaves just the same and behave like they are great and they are white supremacy and this and that. We see them bringing in Israeli. Soon they come here and take over our water and land. They have been here trying to control our land long time, because in the people like Matalands and so forth, since they are Jews and Shemitic, telling lies and ancient existence. The first people are the Jews, Judah, the people of Judah, coming out of Ethiopia, black people. So there's no other Jews, unless you are a religious, or this is your religious organization you call Jewish. These people are not Jews, they are Jewish. That is why they are ish, not the full thing. So we do not want to see them around here, especially in Jamaica, pretending, professing that they are chosen of God. Because God does not choose anyone. Everything goes through different period. God is not partial. The human being go through good and bad periods. In every 36,000 years, you have a period of 6,000 years bad, of which we are just experiencing. We are coming to the end of that period and moving to a 30,000 year period of peace and unity, where mankind will be guided by the universal law of the Almighty. The foundation is being exposed by I since 2001, and there's no root, no, there's no leeway around this. Everyone will have to abide by this law. This is the law and reality that will rule humanity for the next 18,000 years. So those who are here trying to perpetuate their old wild ways are wasting time. You have been told to cease mining fossil fuel, cease all the mining, because most of them are polluted. And the more you are instructed to do so, is the more you find more things to mine. The more you're here to remove the fossil fuel out of the environment, is the more you come up with other ideas, for you do not want to stop using it. Right now in Jamaica, we should be fully on wind and solar power, but we have to be importing gas and fossil fuel from the outside. Some even talking about mining fuel offshore in Jamaica or whatever. These people are fucking idiots. I've been telling them that we must cease all form of mining, and those abroad will have to cease all these fossil fuel mining. And we are talking about opening, looking for oil. We are here every election. You hear the fucking politician come telling us that we have oil here, there, and these people are sick in their fucking heads. That's why they behave like that. The only thing that they want is to win. And then everything remain in shambles. Crime and violence. People have to be eating bad shabby food. Because the children are not properly fed. They must behave so wild and wicked when they grow up. To be eating all these garbage that you feed them on. Bulla, bag juice, all rotten chicken, back and neck. And all these sick old candies from all over. You don't know what they use, make them and sell our children. But you grab them up and the money, you're making a big profit off it. So you don't care if it kill everybody. You're a fucking idiot around here, a nuisance to our people. And they behave like they have no sense because they are not educated enough to understand that these things are not healthy for them. But there are those who want to sell us these things because that is how they make their money. They live off the demise of other people. They make guns and bombs and sell and live off the blood of other people. But all this will come to an end. For the human being do not have to live like this. This is not a wise way to live. It's a sick, rotten way to live. And this is a situation for the last 6,000 years. No fault of humanity. This is a reality put in place by the Creator. There must be a bad period. That is what I am all about. That we are moving away from this bad period into a better period. But some people seem to love the bad period. The same people who are going to church and praying that they want better. These are the same people that is fighting against cleaning up the environment and putting away all those guns. Why we have so much preachers with guns? How can you asking for good and better and you have bad on you? A gun is a devil weapon to murder somebody. If you are upright, you'd allow somebody to if you know the Almighty, you'd allow someone to murder you if they want to murder you because the Almighty will take care of that. But you don't have any faith. You're only professing faith. I can tell you that. You're a man of God. And you have to be walking around with weapons. So where is your God? Your God have no power. Since you have to use carnal power while professing that you are the priest and this and the pastor, man of God and all that. How I am not a man of God and I don't walk around with a pin. And no guy can impose an eye and live. No guy can impose an eye and survive. Because it's all about the power of the Almighty, not the power of guns. If you have faith, you wouldn't need any gun. Those who have faith do not need any guns, you know. The power of the Almighty protect them. Like I. No religion allow on the new timeline, strictly spirituality. People are individually responsible to live in the consciousness of the law of the Almighty. And this is the time that the Bible spoke of. The Bible told you that a time will come when no one will have to teach the other anything, since they will all be taught by the Almighty. This is the time. The law of the Almighty is being exposed and issued to humanity, dispatched all over, facilitating the new green economy and the information technology age, the new information technology age. This is all about the law of the Almighty flowing from the universal seal, not from Bible. Some people seem to thought that the Bible is the ultimate book, or the religious book. But that is just human concept of God that have nothing to do with the true reality. Notice everybody have their own book, holy book. It's not just the Bible. It's not just the Bible they have as a holy book. There are many other holy books written by people who philosophize about their God in their own ways. Since the Almighty Spirit manifests in man, in every nation. So every nation experience the power of the Almighty through their first people in their nation, first tribe, first galaxy of that nation experience the power of the Almighty within that nation, including white people. They receive it in a negative way, black people in a positive way, and the Asian in a semi-positive manner. Therefore, the Spirit is more potent with the African people, very little potent with the West, and twice more with the Asian people, Asiatic people. So every nation manifests the spirit of Selassie according to their national existence and identity. Therefore, the Almighty is not a single manifestation or manifests the same way at all times. Every nation manifests the Almighty in their national identity, whether by a female or a male. As you can see today, I am in as first birth, manifesting the Selassie Spirit, setting a new world order for all humanity in the semi-positive dimension. Some people behaving like it's only I'm not talking to them because they are all in silence. They are all in silence. However, what I'm saying affects every single human being, every plant and animal, and every creature that live on this world. So those who are trying to turn their backs, close their eyes, and keep silent will go out with the whole order. For no devil behavior will be allowed around here with your wild homosexual behaviors and gayism. Since everyone will be well around here, we don't want any sick people producing germs among us. That is how we will be protecting our people from all these germs that have come upon them over the last 2,000 years. Because of exposure to other people.
Get to you to rise up. Don't stop fighting till your time up. Watch out for the system, don't get tied up. Get to you to rise up. Don't stop fighting till your time up. Now got no big school, but we still have sense. No need I visit them and build up fence. From your born in the riches, then you're innocent. If you're born poor, then you're guilty. Think positive, so me change my meds. Ambitious, me no keep lazy friends. Them want to read dead blood, stain the ends. So them sent up to kill way. From a little and a grown mama tell me keep my head up. Listen up and flow like a river. That's why them feel know I'm a leader. Shut at them ready for man a leader. Letting up a flow like a river. Put them back and we turn them in a believer. On a fire like a rocket, you want them a go stop it. Give me some of what in the traffic.
who are the real assets around here. The politicians are those that have contributed to our society. Look at what they did to Bob Marley, a man who is still earning money for Jamaica today. They have tried to kill him, murder him because of politics. This politics that is devastating Jamaica. We need to get rid of it. The new generation need to come up and set their own principles and political order. We do not want the same old wild behavior around here. We are a rat race where they are pulling down each other. Jamaica cannot come to anything because the two political parties pulling down each other. One comes in and start to set up something, the next one come around. They don't continue with the same. They change it or abandon all that, resulting in taxpayer money being wasted all over Jamaica while our people are here suffering. Yet they want their names to be on roads and every public place around here. Names, these people are liability to our people and Jamaica at every level. Therefore, names that should be on our assets, public assets, roads and so forth, should be those who are still earning and contributing to our country, even in that. All those musicians that are getting royalties, etc. Their names should be on things around here. Those older musicians who have contributed to Jamaica and still they're earning royalty from their work over all these years and contributing still. What is the earning of Bob Marley annually up to now after his death? Some people earn more than when they were alive. These are the people that must get big up. Not politicians that come in and take and sell out and take what they want and fuck up things around here, resulting in the murdering of our people all over Jamaica. How many people that have been murdered over the last 40 years because of wild political behavior in Jamaica? As long as we continue to have this foolish political system around here, I don't know what you call it, whether it's the Westminster system or... But everything about it is wild. And that is the problem affecting Jamaica the most. The political order, the gangsterism politics, the Danman politics, garrison politics. Everybody fighting for food. All they want is food, a plate of food. That's what they're fighting for, you know. They don't want peace and economic progress. They just want a plate of food to eat. Tomorrow they get another one. And then they live in sorrow and horror and blowing out each other marrow. Tomorrow is a better day. And for tomorrow to be a better day, the foundation have to set from today. Don't worry about the past. The past cannot be corrected. The past have already run its course. The present and the future is imperative. That is what is important. Now and the future. What are you doing now to ensure that a better foundation is laid for the new future that will work out to be prosperous for all humanity? Because it cannot work for one nation, you know, or one country, or part of humanity. all humanity have to be flourishing for the world to be in peace. Or those not flourishing in their place will run over into your place and create confusion. And that is what is happening today. As America drive other countries into poverty, and the Wild West drive others into poverty, other countries, especially African countries, Caribbean too. So they are in the Asian country, driving them in poverty, and all of them now have to run to America. And when they run to America, they meet up on the white supremacists. They meet up on wildness. White wildness. They have to do over their exam even when they are qualified people. Or else they will have to go and sell gas at gas station and brush some dog teeth. They are keeping down others. And they are the ones, in most cases, are the source of the economic problem around the world. Because they are the ones with their wars and violence all over, imposing their democracy and wild opinions upon others. And this has been so for the last 2,000 years. And we're today at the end. But everything have an end. And that is the end of that. No phasing out. So those who think that they can run into other people's place and disturb them and confuse them and create all kind of destruction to undermine their progress and prosperity are wasting time. In this time, new day, the youth are the future, not the old ones. They have already lived their lives already and going out. The incoming generation have their life to define, set, and live. They don't want to be living in the past and talking about back to Africa and Marcus Garvey and all these slave behaviors and so forth. They want to be talking about their economic progress, their spiritual progress, educational levels, etc., etc. How to live in peace and security, in wisdom and justice for all. That is what they will be focusing on. Not on creating confusion to have wars so you can sell some bombs and guns and behave like parasites of other people, then show off and march around and stamp your foot and salute. This is not the time for that. This is not the time for all wild war madness.